Okay, mamas, now we're going to talk about optimal timing of a release if your child has been diagnosed with a lip or tongue tie. It is so important to not do what we call clip and go, not just go ahead and jump into having that revision when you know your baby has a tie. The reason for this is there is so much that the baby has to go through when we do this revision. We want to make sure that their nervous system and their body is able to handle the revision and the healing process that goes with it. So a lot of you don't understand what the healing looks like when you have a revision. It is about a 6-week process by the time you do the lip and the tongue. The lip takes 2 to 4 weeks to heal, and the tongue takes about 4 to 6 weeks to heal, and that's after the revision. We need to do work on baby before the process and follow you through the process and after to reestablish their proper movement of their tongue and their lip and their mouth in general. A lot of these babies come to me and they are so tight. Their mouth is tight, their jaw is tight, their whole body is so rigid. And if we don't time this properly and we don't work on some of these body issues before the revision, they actually don't have as good of results as they do when we do all the body work before the revision and we do all the revision exercises afterwards, and then we do oral exercises with the baby to regain a great suck response afterwards. And so a lot of these parents hear, oh, my baby has a lip and tongue tie. They immediately call someone and they get scheduled and they have the revision done, and then they see me 3 to 4 weeks later. The problem is we have lost a lot of time. That baby has been through a lot in those 4 weeks. There's been a lot of healing, but maybe their body wasn't ready for it. And so we have more work to do afterwards to get the baby in a better place than if we did some work before, during the procedure, and then after the procedure. So it's somewhere around a 12-week process, before having the procedure and then after the procedure to get these babies back to where they are thriving and doing amazing. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot on mom and there's a lot on baby. We understand this is hard, but it's so good for the baby in the long run, and they can thrive along the way. And throughout this, everything continues to get better. So we start with a lot of body work. We do cranial work, we do stretches of the mouth, we try and work on tongue function, and then we do just some general body work on their entire lower extremity because they are so tight, because that tongue is attached to the fascia all the way down to the toes. And a lot of these babies are tight and they're fussy and they're gassy. And so we have to get them moving better, and we have to get their mouth loose so when they do the procedure, the tongue can actually move better. So I encourage you, if you know that your baby has a lip and tongue tie, please seek a qualified body worker, whether it's a pediatric chiropractor like me. There are some craniosacral specialists. There are also some PTs and OTs that do some of this work. But please seek that body work out, preferably about 2 weeks before the procedure and then the whole 6 weeks after the procedure. We follow you along. We encourage you as a mom. We also basically retrain that baby how to use that tongue, because it'd be like your tennis shoes are tied and you're running around a track, and then all of a sudden we untie those tennis shoes and we have you run. Yeah, you get there faster, but it can be a little bit messy. So we want to really restore the function of the tongue. We want to teach them proper sucking. We want to make sure nursing's going well, baby's going well, and their overall demeanor as well. So I encourage you, please do not do a clip and go. Do the proper body work before and after. Work with someone who is qualified, that knows what they're doing. I also want to encourage you to use the right provider. There are providers that use scissors, and those don't quite get a complete revision if you have a posterior tie. So I'm not a big fan of using scissors. There are CO2 lasers, and those are the best way to pretty much heal. A lot of pediatric dentists use that. We've got 2 pediatric dentists that we use that we love, that are wonderful, that work with us. And we can get you in the right hands of the right people, and we can do this properly so that your baby has a chance to do better and thrive and get back to the wonderful baby that you know you can have.